For some reason, people's measurement for whether or not they're flexible is whether or not they can touch their toes. I don't know when that became, oh, I can't do yoga. I can't even touch my toes. But that's just what people say. I'm gonna teach you my hacks, poses I use, little tricks and adjustments that could make all the difference for you. When you think of touching your toes, everyone is going to automatically think everything's in the hamstrings. You're also stretching so many other parts of your body. You're going through your glutes, your low back, the back of your ankles. Bend into the knees, collapse the stomach onto your thighs, and let things hang loose. This is not cheating. Bending in the legs is where your starting point should be. Everything else is opening up. As you get more mobile, get to the point where you can straighten the legs. If you come to sit on the floor and try to sit at a 90-degree angle and you can't have your spine up straight and your legs out straight, then you know you're in a very, very tight back body, whether that's an issue in your low back, your hamstrings, or kind of everything combined. To work towards a 90-degree sit, don't compromise the back, bend the knees. Keep the feet flexed, but sit up as tall as you can. Then you just slowly work the legs down to straight. Keep this anterior tilt with the pelvis and fold forward this way, but reaching forward with the chest, or maybe thinking of reaching forward with the belly button instead of diving the forehead down. A great way to work this is to use a rope or a strap around the feet, bend into the knees, find that nice long spine, and hinge yourself forward. So a half split is coming to one knee, extending one leg out in front of you, and then folding forward. You can take blocks or boxes or stacks of books to the sides of your leg. You don't want to curve out here. You're compromising a lot in terms of alignment. It's not going to get you very far. It's better to be in less of a fold and in proper alignment, sitting up nice and tall first and then going forward. And if you can't reach the floor, that's what these blocks are here for. Bend into the knee, fold forward, and gradually work to straighten the leg. And you'll feel that really strong here, but also right in that glute. If you have any issues with your low back and you feel like that's one of the things that's inhibiting you from being able to fold properly or touch your toes, this is gonna be the game changer for you. Take the feet out wide, toes are pointed in to help keep your balance. And then as you fold forward, reaching for that block so that you can keep your back straight. It's okay to take a bend in the knees as long as we're reaching down with the chest. Keep the spine straight until you reach the floor. Then try to straighten into the legs and feel that stretch in the hamstring, but not just the hamstring. You're going to feel that open the inner thighs, and that's where you're gonna feel the release in your low back. Promise you, this is the one that will change your life. If you have tension, chronic achiness in that low back, or you just always feel tight there, move around with it. Find where you feel that edge, where you think, oh, that's the stretch I need, or that's something I haven't felt before. You don't want to push yourself to pain, but you want to find your edge. People overlook this as a way to properly release the low back and the glutes and the hip. All ties into that forward fold or touching the toes. It's a wide like a child's pose. Your knees are about as wide as a yoga mat. Big toes are touching and the bum comes to rest on your heels. Walking the hands forward until the head comes to either the mat or your block or your pillow, keeping the bum on the heels the whole time. So if that means you're right here, that is perfect. Whatever works for your body, you're working into the full expression. Reaching, the chest is sinking low and the belly is resting in between the thighs. Make as much room as you need to sink that low. You'll feel this release in the hips. You'll feel it stretch in your glutes. You'll feel it release the low back incredibly. Remember, when it comes to yoga poses or things like touching our toes, it's never just one muscle group. It's almost always the combination of so many different parts of the body. Do what works best for your body. Use the props, use your breath, use these tips so that at your next party, you can show everyone you can touch your toes.